Herzlich willkommen mal wieder Mittwochabend aus der Sauna. Halli, hallo, hallöle.
Servus.
Wie geht es dir?
Yeah, good. Good. Got a haircut, which was very necessary.
Is it possible that you have often a haircut right before our show?
No,
Is it for a reason? Do you want to look good for the fans out there?
no. I would get a
But
haircut
it,
more than once every 4 months if that was the case. But
but
no. I,
it happened already that you came with a new haircut. I think it's the third or fourth time. Chet?
yeah, if I get a hair,
Elias? Where's Elias?
the third, third or fourth time in 45 shows or
Ja.
whatever it's been.
Chat, gleich was ganz Neues zum Anfang. Ihr seht es, wir wurden darauf hingewiesen, dass wenn man die Show sich auf YouTube anschaut, man gar nicht weiß, was so die Kommentare waren. Und deswegen poppen jetzt die Kommentare links unten in der Ecke auf und man kann sie dann auch im Chat nachlesen. Und ich habe diese vielleicht mittlerweile etwas störenden Bots ausgestellt. Ihr werdet also nicht 700 Mal darauf hingewiesen, dass ihr unseren YouTube-Kanal abonnieren sollt. Aber bitte trotzdem abonnieren. Ja? So. Wir begrüßen euch ganz herzlich. Schön, dass ihr eingeschaltet habt. Und wir sagen Grüße nach Köln an Balu auf jeden Fall. Silent Raider auch wieder eingeschaltet. Sehr geil. Aloha. Fat Lazy Gaming. Nice. Balu, deine Kommentare gleich wieder hier. Habe am Samstag das Galaxy Game in Köln gesehen. Das wird ein geiles Matchup. Reden wir später drüber. Also heute Frankfurt Raiders. Das Matchup am Sonntag wird ein großes Thema der heutigen Show werden. Habe die Ehre, Onkel Charlie, das Ländle ist auch wieder dabei und ja, Eulenbubi auch immer dabei. Schön, dass wir viele bekannte Gesichter sehen und verlieren verboten, sagt Barakus. Natürlich verlieren verboten. Verlieren verboten ist immer verboten. So, yeah, so Sean, you had a haircut, so you're feeling good.
I feel good. Yes.
It's the same in, let's say, in the TV production show thing. You look good. You feel good, you talk good. You know, in football you say look good,
Feel good, play good.
feel good, play good, look good, feel good, talk good. That's also why I wear a nice shirt today.
Hell yeah. How was your day?
It was very nice. I was invited with the school where I'm coaching flag football to the mayor of Innsbruck because they won the national championship
Yes.
in flag football. So the mayor of Innsbruck invited us to the town hall. What's the word?
Rathaus, oder?
Rathaus.
Yeah, town hall.
And yeah, we got a nice apple juice and stood on the balcony of the mayor's
Cool.
office, and it was really nice, and especially for the kids. And it's funny that the Raiders won the national title, whatever, 10 times, 9 times, and
Never got invited.
never got
That's-
invited to stand on that balcony, and normally only soccer teams or whatever, and obviously school flag football teams. So it was a big honor for our guys from the football academy heading west, where also a couple of Raiders
Yes.
Raiders player are playing. Outside of that, it was as usual a hot day here in the office. Wednesdays are always big busy days, organizational wise. Rosters have to be done and paperwork for players and yeah, upcoming game day things. So it was just another Wednesday in season. Wie war euer Tag da draußen, liebe Fans? Lasst mal was hören, was ihr so macht. Vielleicht können wir ja mal vielleicht so die ein oder andere Geschichte hören. Vielleicht können wir ein bisschen drauf eingehen. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet auch alle einen schönen Tag. Good, Sean. Let's talk about news around the club. So first thing was already said, I think the championship of the school team, where also Raiders player were involved.
Maybe.
Yeah, Silent
Probably
Raider.
not.
Maybe we have to win, and then we get invited to on the
We
balcony.
won 3 championships 2 years in a row.
Yeah, never were invited to the balcony. Yeah. So the kids won the national championship in flag football. Then our AFL team had their last home game. It was again a close game, and against the Graz Giants, we had it in our hands last second, couldn't finish, and they lost their 9th game in the row. Now they're 0-9. And Balu, da habe ich eine Info für dich gleich zu deinem Jersey. And yeah, but they fought
Fought.
They fought.
Not fart.
They fought.
They fought.
How?
F-O-U-G-H-T.
Fogged.
Where's the D?
So they fought very hard, and it was really exciting game. But yeah, nevertheless, they have one more game to play next Saturday in Vienna against the Vikings, and we quickly gonna check the standings. So we see it here, 0-9 on the bottom of the standings, and the game is here 24-28. What I always take one or two players out. What I really like is our Stefan Schneider. He might become youngster of the year. He's the leading Austrian tackler.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's on defense. You could see it here. Import. No. Okay, Marcus is now in front of him, but then it's already Stefan. And he missed, I think, the first two games. He didn't play defense. And then he transferred to safety cornerback, and now he is with 44 tackles. And he's 19.
He's
18? 19?
19.
19, yeah.
He's a pretty good football player, yes.
Yeah. So this is something really good. Devonta Jordan or Raven Johnson, who should be the MVP? In the AFL, I would say Devonta Jordan, because I like rushing more than receiving. He's the
running back for the Vikings.
Yeah. And what has he? He has already over 1,500 yards rushing. That's not bad.
No, it's okay. It's 21 touchdowns in 9 games is a pretty good average.
Yeah, and the average of 7.5. Yeah. So, but we will see. The MVPs of the AFL will be presented at the Austrian Bowl end of July in St. Pölten. And there is one more game to play in the regular season, which is for us just an ending of that year. But for other teams, it's important, especially for our friends from Telfs. They are trying to get into the playoffs. And if we check the standings, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. They still have the chance to get the 4th spot of the playoff playoff picture.
Who do the Rangers play?
The Rangers are playing Prague. Patriots are playing Znojmo.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ducks, I think they play Traun. But Ducks only get in if Prague and Znojmo, I think, win or something like that. So weird scenario, we will see. And then there are the playoffs then, where first play 4th, second, 3rd, and then 2 weeks later at the Austrian Bowl they're gonna have the final and the 3rd place game, what you call it?
Bronze medal game.
Bronze medal game. Yeah. Good. That was the AFL. And we have a couple questions. Baluja, thank you. We will talk about it later too. Die interessante Frage ist, bleibt davon etwas nachhaltig sein? Barakus, was meinst du damit? Meinst du die Imports oder was? Vielleicht kannst du es nochmal konkretisieren, dann können wir nochmal drauf eingehen. Yeah, that's it about news around the club for the moment. Youth is in their final practice week.
Yep.
They're gonna go to summer holiday and then camp. We will talk about the youth more in the fall.
Yeah.
Late August.
Yep.
September. The youth gonna have their games then in fall, but for now we are in the middle of the ELF-Saison. So we had a road trip.
Sieger,
yeah, 2 in a row. It's our second win. It's our first win on the road in the ELF.
That's right, yeah.
So 2 historic moments in the row. First was the first ELF win at home, and now the first ELF game on the road.
And our first back-to-back wins, and everything's a first.
So the record books are
Being written
by our team. Yeah, before we go into details, highlights, and stats, let's, because I wasn't there. How was the game? How was the travel? How was it to play a new team?
No, it's cool. The stadium that they have there, the Ghazi Stadium, or however it's called, is a really nice venue to play football. We played there in 2016 against the Scorpions as well. I mean, it's a long day, you know. Actually, I found this trip harder than the Cologne trip because we didn't overnight. So it's an early wake up. You get back home late. You feel that on Monday. But in terms of the game, it was really good to see both sides of the ball, and actually all three phases playing closer to their potential. You know, the kicks from Tim Unger were great to see. He had a 42 or 43-yard field goal, which was great.
Kicking game was much better in total,
which would have helped us a lot in Cologne. So that was a point of emphasis. You know, tackling was a point of emphasis. Starting fast was a point of emphasis, and coming down. And so all these things post Cologne game we've been able to focus on and also improve in 2 games in a row and be a little more consistent. Obviously, there's still some things to work on in all 3 phases, but it's starting to get momentum, and that was important for us that we go out and continue to build on what we did in Berlin going into this game against Frankfurt this weekend.
Absolutely. And at the end, it was a 33-0 win. Uncle Charlie said a defensive line stepped up. I think the whole defense played very well. There was also a big red zone goal line defense where we stopped them. Even, I think, turnover, right? It wasn't
turnover on downs. Yeah.
Turnover on downs. They went for 4th down. So
multiple times, but that was a big one on I think 4th and goal at the 2 or 1.
And so in total, it was really. I watched it on TV, and it was a smooth game, let's say it this way.
Yeah, I mean, I think the offense, to come out and have 2 3 and outs in the third quarter is not what you want. You know, obviously it's really tough to score in this league and score consistently. Ideally, you would be I'm going to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb.
That's maybe the best, because now people start. Toby Bonatti is calling me.
You're an important man. Come on, Toby, we have a show.
He should know that. Where can I do this? Here, right?
Yeah.
And then I say,
pretty easy cheesy, huh?
Pretty easy cheesy.
So there's obviously things to improve on, and you know, that even if we were able to pick up a few first downs and not score and punt, but 3 and outs always leave a bad taste in your mouth offensively. You know, obviously the defense probably would prefer not to be in that goal line stand. But, you know, in this league, it's tough to pitch shutouts. And, you know, if they would have kicked a field goal, then things would be different as well. But, you know, I think overall you can be happy. Our run defense, again, was very, very good. Our pass defense is improving. And we're able to pressure the quarterback. So there's progress in all phases, which, again, is always what you want to see. You want to get better throughout the season, and also our health is relatively good at the moment.
This is what I wanted to say. No injuries, only a half ripped off finger.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Which is no problem for the next game. But our physiotherapist / trainer told me you could see the Tendon. Die Sehnen waren sichtbar an dem Finger, aber wurde schön genäht. Philipp Timmermann hatten wir hier auch schon als Gast in der Show. Tough guy. I heard he just put something over it and back into the glove, and he continued playing.
Apparently, when it happened, he was messing with the physio, and he's like, "Man, I wanted to power clean tomorrow."
Really?
Yeah. And also penalties. We were able to have far fewer penalties than the opponent, which is also a good indication of playing disciplined football. And yes, it does look more like Raiders football than what we've been seeing in the past. So all good things, all very, very, nothing but really positives
Yeah.
coming out of that game.
And then the week started on Monday with review the video a bit, gradings, and then we were right into preparing for the next opponent.
On to the next one.
On to the next one. No break. But before we talk about our next opponent, we are going to check out the stats and the highlights. So, already said 33-0, nice stadium, gutsy stadium, hot weather again, right? It's just the hot season. And let's take out a couple things. We had penalties. Where are the penalties?
I don't think they're on here.
Sure.
Penalty at the top.
No, that's the first downs. We got 2 first downs with penalties.
I saw.
But where's the total of penalties? We had it the last time.
Yeah, like I think it's a bit further down.
Well, where?
At the bottom,
No.
maybe.
Huh? No, they're here. They're in the team stats. We might not see it. Penalties, numbers. 7 penalties for 50 yards, less than we had the weeks before. So
They only had 4?
They only had 4.
I saw. I thought they had more than us.
No. And then let's go into the individual stats. What I really liked is the performance of Haselwanter, our Austrian running back. Gary, thanks for the sub. And also your performance was okay, I would say. Not your best, right? Stats wise.
No, I mean it was a pretty good game. No, I think we were able to run the ball really, really well.
Yeah.
And yeah, with a couple more passing touchdowns, it would have been a better day, but not really the point.
No, not really the point. And Barakus said it. Nice to see that also Schabe is coming more and more, how you say it, comfortable with the system. And
the system's coming more comfortable with him too. We've never had a Schabe.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of little slot receivers running around all over the place. You know, like Christian Billy was the closest thing to a tight end that we've had since I've been here, and that's not really an accurate comparison to Schabe. So we're also learning. We're also learning to use him in different ways, and the offense is evolving from week to week. You know, Berlin was the first time I played in a Raiders offense where like part of the base offense was using a hand in the dirt tight end. So we're kind of evolving together. It's cool.
And then on defense, Alex Ferrari with a great game on the defensive side. And I like always when there is a lot of fear in here written in these 2 columns. Like a lot of sacks, a lot of tackle for losses. So the pressure by our defense was good and high. And again, also lucky with 9 tackles. He's again all over the place. For him, maybe a little bit an emotional game. He played against his brother.
Former team.
Against his former team. He played for the Stuttgart Surge last year, at least at the end of the season. And his brother is on the Surge team. And yeah. Elias is asking if we see at every game a rushing touchdown from you, Sean.
There's this Instagram account that does all the quarterback stats, and it's really, really cool, and it's really, everything's broken down, and it's actually more accurate than the ELF account.
Really?
Yeah. And it's funny, he highlights in dark green. I wish Renee something, shout out him.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. What's his name?
I have only seen him on Instagram, but it's.
I know it.
He does a really
nice.
He does a really good job.
Can you only go on Twitter when you have an account or what?
Probably.
It'd be René Beugner. Shout out, yeah.
Yes.
And I think
exactly.
He shares it also on Twitter.
Yes, he does a phenomenal job. And so he did this stat sheet, exactly. And in light green, it's all second places, and dark green, it's all first places.
He did it about the quarterbacks or just
He did it about quarterbacks. I guess he did a new one today about team
teams?
offense. But if you scroll down, I think the quarterbacks will be there too. Keep going.
Oh, he tweets a lot.
Yep.
Team defense.
Good for him.
He likes Twitter, huh?
Busy man. There we go.
Quarterback stats after week 4. Yeah.
So what's funny is I'm light green or dark green in all rushing categories,
Oh yeah.
which is very surprising to me, actually. But yeah, I mean, if QB sneaks count as rushing touchdowns, then yes, I like to do QB sneaks.
But to be one at every game, you have to score 2 against Frankfurt.
That's true.
So
That's
yeah.
true.
And we should not let Sullivan score against us. So
Yeah.
your green becomes even darker.
What Renee needs to do though is I would also be dark green. So I'm dark green in interceptions and dark green in interception rate, but I also should be dark green in pick 6 rate, because both my interceptions have been touchdowns for the defense. So Renee, if you could help me out with that, I need as many dark green columns as humanly possible.
But no, that would be then a red because it's something not good.
Yeah,
If
debatable.
both-
It's a high number, you know.
But if an interception is
I think that's
coming
pretty.
in pick 6, then it's something. Look, dark.
I also think it's pretty.
Dark red means worst in the league, right? Second worst.
Yeah,
So-
but that's perspective. Pretty impressive though. 2 picks for 2 touchdowns.
I would ask Rene to add tackles then.
Ooh, I'm 0. I'm dark red. But would 0 tackles be green? Because you don't want your quarterbacks making tackles, because then something bad would happen. So Renee, you're doing a great job. I really like it.
Shout out.
Can you go to the team offense one just while we're here?
Of course. Baloo's saying that Metzer from the Stuttgart Search is out.
Not good.
Not good for them. Team defense. And there is team offense. So, where we are, there we are dark green in touchdowns rushing.
Mm-hmm.
In completions.
Mm-hmm.
Yards after pass. Oh, what is it? Yeah.
No, yards per game. That's really, really good. Almost 400 yards per game is great. Yards per play is
Yards
top
per
in the
play.
league. That's what I mean. We need to have more plays. We can't have these 3 and outs, but a pretty efficient attack. So yards per attempt and rushing is good. Efficiency in the passing game is good. Yards. Yeah, no, we got to be better in the red zone. 72% is not good enough.
Yeah.
83%, 84%. That's really good.
Yep. So Rene is doing a great job here. For everybody who is on Twitter, here's the link. Follow him. He's posting news and stats around the ELF. Very interesting. Just go on there and follow him. So,
I assume Elias and Renee, you guys are friends, and like,
yeah, they're
is it the football bowl?
Is Rene also on the football?
I don't know.
Maybe, but maybe Rene and Elias, they are in this think tank headquarter.
That's what I picture it as.
Where they just have, they have screens, like 200 screens, and just news and.
But I picture it's in a basement.
Yeah.
Like really, really high tech, but in one of their mom's basements.
And then they just, yes, we support each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
See?
Really, really
awesome.
Good.
Cool to have you guys.
There was also a question a little higher. You had the possibility to score one more touchdown in the end. Who decided that you stopped? Actually, nobody really decided that we stopped. It kind of happened organically. We tried some low-risk plays. Unlike Berlin, right? We tried some low-risk plays that didn't really get as many yards as maybe we thought. We tried a pass play that I ended up just scrambling and sliding. So it's a peculiar position because you want to score as many points as possible because point differential is important in this league. But you also don't want to lose momentum or something dumb to happen. So it just kind of happened that way.
Elias, about the Galaxy, we will talk after watching the highlights, and we are going right into it. Highlights of the game. We leave the sound out again and just see this geo chip thing. Okay. Have there been some Raiders fans?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes,
Nice.
there was several Raiders fans actually. It was good to see.
So a little opening kickoff here. Who was it? Vincent Miller? Sorry, Miller. Yeah. Had already good returns the week before against Berlin. Looks a little bit slow. Have you guys been tired, or was it that hot?
No, it was pretty hot, and I think they're running the film in slow motion.
You know that you can change the pace.
There's where Timmerman tore his finger off.
Already is that early. Nice run by Bonatti, nice stretch play. And it was a much quicker game in total, or shorter game in total than the weeks before, right?
Well, actually, we still had 70 offensive plays, where in Berlin we had 53. But the game, I think, duration-wise, was shorter because there was a lot of rushing on our side.
This black thing always disturbs me here. I don't know why.
I love to see Maxime get onto the action a little bit. Just leave it, Paul Phillip.
No, but this looks like...
Who cares?
Me.
It's on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You're going to throw everything
But
out of
I
whack?
want the picture all over the place. But look, it looks much better when we do it this way.
Sure.
1 in the chat if it looks better than before.
2s if not, or 0s. What's bad? 0s?
Yeah, 0 is always bad. Why did we play it in black? There is a a rule by the league, like in the NFL, where the home team can decide in which color they want to play. And Stuttgart decided to play in their gray-white uniforms, and that's why we played in black. And
Look at the Hassy.
for us, we love to play in black.
Fine with us. I mean, it is a disadvantage a little bit in hot games, but since the pants are silver and really light, it's not that big of a deal.
Nice screen here by Toby. And did we score again right before the halftime?
Field goal.
Field goal, yeah.
So we were moving down, and then we just kind of stalled out, and that was the big kick by Ungar.
By the way, only one person commented about the change of picture, and it was a 1.
So obviously it's very important to everybody.
It's very important, probably the most important thing.
So I think if we can consistently hold people, I mean, this is going to sound obvious, but if we can consistently hold people to, under 10 at halftime, and like one score, maybe a touchdown, a field goal, and we can consistently keep doing what we do on offense, because this is 2 weeks in a row that we had 20 or more at halftime. We're setting ourselves up in really good spots in both games. And then the defense in the second halves have really been, even when the offensive struggle, have been really good.
A big news also after the game was the announcement that Randy Schröder, the quarterback of the Surge, is out for season due to an injury. So interesting and tough situation for the Surge. Bringing a new QB in mid-season, or it's almost mid-season. And Silent Raider, Bonatti and Haselwander did great, but are there plans to bring a new running back after Logan will not be back? We will not answer this question. You can speculate whatever you want for the moment. We will see.
Yeah.
But you're right, we are very happy to have 2 Austrian homegrown running backs. And here you see it again, second touchdown from Haselwander. Young running back, also plays in the national team, and very, very good, and how you say, relaxing that we can rely on them.
Exactly. Comforting, maybe a bit better.
When I watch the games online, I can get annoyed every time. The commentators usually gossip about it. Shelton would only have to fall over 2 times for a new first down, but King Shelton proves them the opposite every time. King Shelton.
King Shelton, that has a nice ring to it. What does that mean? That I would have to fall over twice to get a new first down? So like when I run, I just fall forward and hope for the best?
Maybe, or because you're so tall. I mean, you're almost 2 meters. So
yeah,
2 and 2 makes
I'm pretty
4.
average height for a quarterback.
Yeah. This was a big tackle by Alex Ferrari.
It's good to see him. He's starting to come back into form.
Yeah. And then it was already fourth quarter. Awesome catch. Maybe catch of the year by Philip Hahn. People wrote on Twitter also that he mossed it.
Mossed, yes.
Randy Moss.
Verb.
Is it a verb?
There's not a ton of plays that happened in a football game that impressed me, and that was...
and there's your rushing touchdown.
Yeah, that was one of the easier QB sneaks.
Yeah, untouched. Everybody's expecting you pushing the pile, or but you just walked around. The catch was incredible, exactly.
It was. It gave me the stank face. Like, I was just like, ugh. Like,
But in a positive way.
Well, for us, not so much for the corner.
Oh, but, I mean, he was in perfect position, and Hound just grabbed over him.
And that's what Hound could do, and we really haven't got him going or got our vertical passing game going as much as we would like. And that's a point of emphasis. But, you know, as we start figuring each other out and getting more comfortable, those plays are going to become more common.
Yeah, and then I also want, from organizational wise, I also want to thank the Search for their hospitality.
Yes.
Very nice hosts.
Very nice locker room, very nice stadium, very nice food after the game. Everything was really, really nice.
So it was, for us, a good trip. We won it. We came back healthy. At least everybody outside Philip's finger. But did anybody made a photo of it?
No, not that I know of.
And we should not show it, maybe. No. Okay, good. Then let's quickly check the standings. Silent Raider, how is wide receiver Maya doing, by the way? A chance to see him back on the field? Yes, of course, he will be back.
Soon.
He will be back soon.
He looks good though. But it's just you never want to rush guys back. It'll take time, but we're excited to get him going again because everybody was really looking forward to seeing him against the Vikings. Obviously, it didn't work out the way we had all planned, but he'll be back before you know it.
So, Northern Conference Hamburg won a close game against the Panthers. Berlin lost against the Kings, also a close game. So the Kings got their first W, and Hamburg obviously is still on the first place. I'm Booby. What?
Because of your TDs, are you more cautious that the defense will be more brutal to you? Are you talking about on the rushing touchdowns or?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can always assume that the defense is going to be brutal for you. It's a point of emphasis of my game is to take better care of myself. But
I would not say brutal, but probably, especially in these goal line situations, defensive coordinators gonna work on it, that they know that there's a good goal line rushing quarterback, so they might bring in maybe more pressure to the middle or from the outside to stop you as a rusher, so they see you in this situation more in a rusher. Brutal is kind of a hard word. Every defensive player wants to get the ball carrier down or even try to pop out the ball, right? So, and for that there are techniques and
No, I think, yeah, but to answer your question, I think me as a rusher, every defense has to take into account, especially at the goal line scenario, because that's kind of where I'm at my best as a runner.
Central Conference. The Vikings traveled to Istanbul and had a shootout. No, is it shootout? Blowout. Sorry, blowout. Also won their game by 0. And Frankfurt had also a blowout against Cologne. So, and we had not a blowout, but also, that would
be a shootout. So a shootout is what both teams score out, and a blowout is when only one team does.
So we also had a blowout.
No, we had a shootout.
Why? It was 33-0.
So I thought you meant against Cologne.
No.
Because you said
Frankfurt
had and then you said, and we had no. Shootout against Cologne.
So the Central Conference maybe had their
strongest performance
at that weekend. And a big surprise, at least for me, was the win from Barcelona against Rheinfire at Rheinfire Stadium. Again, great crowd, great pictures, which I saw from Duisburg/Düsseldorf. Awesome what the guys are doing there, the organization. And yeah, Cologne lost, as we said, and Istanbul too. So it was also an historic moment again, because all away teams won their games.
Oh, really?
No home team won their game that weekend. No?
Interesting.
So Istanbul lost, Cologne lost, Rheinfire lost, Stuttgart lost, Berlin lost, and Rockler lost. And they all were home teams. So yeah. Next week, before we go into detail, we're gonna have week 5. We have Berlin at Cologne, Istanbul at Barcelona. That's a long travel.
Yes.
Rheinfire, that's going to be a big game at Hamburg.
That's a big game. Yeah.
Rockler at Vienna. And then obviously our game, Frankfurt, the reigning champion, is coming to Tyrol. Stuttgart at Leipzig. So, can you please explain again why the Raiders are right now on 3rd and not on 2? We can explain that, of course.
Point differential, right?
It's point differential. Standings. So the Vikings obviously on first place. They won both all games for the moment, and Frankfurt and us are 2-2, and we scored 1 point for it's the differential. So the differential between 131 and 84 is more than 130 and 94. In total, they have 11 points more, if you can say it like this. But if we would have played against each other, the direct matchup would count. So if we were both 2-2 and we, for example, had won against Frankfurt.
Is that the case? Because I heard something else this week. That point differential
is first, and then it's then it is like this. Then
I'm not 100% sure.
Me neither. Yeah. But this is how I know it from other leagues. So I was thinking.
No, it's something
we're gonna answer that question next week. I'm gonna check up the rules and regulations.
No, I think it is point differential because that's the case. But
we didn't play it against each other.
Sure, but I think it precedes all.
Okay. Yeah. Would make sense because of different opponents.
Which is why head-to-head would make more sense. Because some people have naturally easier schedules than other people.
Elias, I can imagine.
Get your facts straight, Paul.
The ELF week 4 was only the second week in the ELF which only away teams won. This also happened in 2021 in week 9 when only 3 matches were played. Elias,
get your facts straight.
Yeah, I should stop talking if I don't know it.
Elias, is it point differential or head-to-head matchup differential? Bitte schön.
Yeah.
Whatever he says, I believe.
Yeah, me too. Elias also have been in Duisburg. I'm jealous. We don't play them this year, so it's maybe next year then, and then we can we can see how it is in Duisburg.
Mhm.
Good. So next week, next Sunday, 3 p.m. Tivoli Stadium. Frankfurt, the reigning champion, is coming to Tyrol. What can we expect? How was scouting them? How would you describe their strengths? Where can we try to attack them, especially with our offense? Give us a little inside view.
Well, they're good. They're a good football team. It's going to be a really good game. It's going to be really, really good football. A lot of good football players on the field. That's the thing. I can speak more in detail about their defense than their offense. Obviously, I don't spend a lot of time watching their offense. But from what I've seen in highlights and stuff like that, is Jacob Sullivan is just an absolute playmaker and just a problem. His combination of playmaking ability and arm talent is it's a problem for defenses, and you see that on a week in and week out basis. And now they signed an American receiver and have a talented tight end, and so I'm sure the defense is going to have their handfuls, much like the offense. I mean, their defense, they have 2 American corners or 2 American DBs, which poses a challenge. Their box is solid. They're just a good football team. There is no overall weaknesses. They're good at everything, like you would expect a championship team to be. It just, can we be better at them than things, and that's going to be the question. Because
and their latest signing also doesn't make it easier. Reese Horn coming back from the States to Europe. He already been here. Bubi, thank you. Vielen Dank für dein Abo. He's been here, played for the Vikings. We already matched him. And now we're gonna see him with Frankfurt. Gonna be interesting, especially like you said with Sullivan with his strong arm, and also the other receivers are no joke. So it's gonna be a high competitive game. I think we are super motivated. Coaches are working 24/7 at the moment and scouting and trying to plan everything. And yes, I'm excited.
Yeah,
and
it's a playoff game. It's a playoff game in week 5.
People are saying that, because of this.
We both put ourselves in really big holes.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, and this is a really, really important game for playoff implications.
Ja. Oh, Bubi, du bist ja verrückt. Dankeschön. Hey, danke für 5 Abos. Bedankt euch bei Bubi, wenn ihr eins abbekommen habt. Danke dir. Vielen Dank. Thank you very much, Bubi. Thanks for the support. Elias also, thanks for your support.
Yes. He said there was he's unclear on the
I saw
tiebreaker also.
I want to get back to 2 questions or comments from the beginning about our special thing for Sunday, where we invite all school kids and students to the game, and if it has an effect on future numbers of spectators. We did it already in the past very often, actually, because first, from a marketing standpoint, the youth is our target group. They're going to be future fans, and they're going to be future players, hopefully. And we don't, we always have the philosophy, we want to give everybody the chance to watch a Raiders game. And it's the end of the school year. These kids had not easy month in the last 2 years, and we want to give something back also to our Innsbruck community, and everybody is welcome to come. And never forget, if you invite the kids, the parents are coming. So it's a win-win situation, I think, for everybody. And it doesn't matter if they come back next week or not, and if the numbers are raising or not. For us, it's a special thing, especially because this whole game day is gonna be around, or the motto, the thing is youth. So our whole tackle youth, our cheerleaders, they're all gonna enter the field with our team. It's gonna be an awesome picture, and it's the game day of the youth, and then we're gonna have a great game. So that's for you guys to understand it maybe a little bit more. Yeah, we are coming slowly
I got a question.
to an end, and you have a question, Sean. Yeah, read it loud or
A question for Shelton. Do you scout on yourself, or do you have your team scout? It's a really good question. I don't scout myself specifically, but we do scout our offense. We try to find tendencies of ourselves and try to break those tendencies in the next week. So it's more so as an offense as a whole than myself as a player. If that answers your question.
self-scouting with grading would be not easy, huh? No.
And it's, for me, it's just unnecessary. Like I know if I played well, and I know if I didn't play that well. And
You see your mistakes.
yeah, on the play-to-play basis, I've been in the same offense for 7 years now for the most part, and so it's more so what can we do as an offense to operate more efficiently and be more unpredictable in the future.
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Good. Are there any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? Please feel free to ask them. And what I also want to
Preis für euch.
Hoppala.
Freut euch ein
What's
bisschen.
going on here? Stop. What I also want to give you is the advice that in around 15 minutes, the web
Live
show
und out.
of our friends from football is starting. So you should go there and check it out. If they start early enough, we can rate their channel. So I send all you guys over. If not, here's the link. Go over there and check it out. Yeah, Barakus, go for it. Ah ja, Balu, info, Jersey. At the moment, it looks not that good to get the jersey. And we are working on it. The league is working on it. But as maybe fans from other franchises are already mentioned, there are delivery delays on certain things, teamwear, fanwear all over Europe. There are reasons for it, like the horrible war in the Ukraine, all these, how you say it, transportation issues, which are still from COVID, where still things are on delay from weeks to weeks. As an example, I'm trying to get a new chain and down box for our games since month. There is no chance to get one in whole of Europe, and so we also want to say sorry for that, but nobody's doing it by purpose, and we hope this whole situation is getting better over the next month. And if we have an update, especially about the Sean Shelton jerseys, we will let you guys know.
I had a kid ask me for my jersey after the game against Berlin. It's like, I don't know if you know how it works here. If I give you this, I'm never getting another one.
Silent Raider, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Or maybe faster. Payment services are implemented. Now there's only few more things, and then we have to test it. It's called soft launch. So internally we're going to test it. We're going to place some orders if the things are running, and then we're going to promote it on all other channels. What I also already can say is that with the launch of the web shop, there's going to be a surprise for you guys. There's going to be a special code. So you're going to have some how you say, some bonus, yeah. And then you can order your fanware. Since we have seen Habertin playing at nose tackle a few years ago against the Giants and he performed great, has there ever been any intention to move him either by coaches or himself to change position or purpose to defense?
I can answer that one.
Yeah.
No. He played, part of it was necessity, and part of it, Habertin played offensive line his entire career, and he wanted a new challenge and to try something, and of course he was great at he'd be great at anything he wanted to do on the football field. Outside of maybe like
he has a strong arm also.
Yeah,
he can throw
you
any
could
arms.
probably build an offense for him if you wanted to. But I think his spot at left tackle is very secure, and I would hope, and I think he's also enjoying the new challenges of what the league has brought.
Imperial Mustache is asking if we are okay, happy with our standing
Also,
in the
no.
ELF. You always want to be on the first spot, and the start, like Sean said, was difficult. 2 close losses against the Vikings and the Centurions, and now this Frankfurt game is already an important game, which can lead the direction
Yeah, I mean,
for the rest of the season.
exactly. I think with the way the league's structured, I don't know how many 4-loss teams will get into the playoffs. It's you have to win your conference, and if not, you're the best of the rest. And so when 4 teams make the playoffs out of 12, your margin of error is pretty small from the get-go, and particularly losing the first 2 games. Winning out is the ideal scenario, obviously, for us.
Oimbubi is asking, will it be a low score or high scoring game against Frankfurt?
I don't know. It depends what your definition of low scoring. It's not going to be 14-7 most likely, but I don't imagine it being a shutout either. Both defenses are playing really well at the moment, so somewhere in between, whatever is in between low scoring and high scoring, it's just going to be a good game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, and I hope, or not hope. Hope is the wrong word. I know that we will have a chance to win.
For sure, it's going to be very competitive.
Yeah, and this is the game to watch. And ticket sales are already showing the interest is high. So if you have a chance to come to Tivoli Stadium and watch that game in a beautiful scenery, especially for our friends maybe from South Germany, make a trip to Innsbruck. Come and support. There are not many games. Not many home games left, especially not of that kind.
Yep.
So come and be there and enjoy a Raiders game at Tivoli Stadium. Yes, we're gonna need to win the conference, maybe, yeah, especially with Barcelona and Rheinfire.
2 losses
Is already
2 losses it should get you into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whether it's winning your conference or the second. 3 losses are tough. 4 losses is really tough.
Maybe tougher.
So yeah, I mean, we dug ourselves a hole, and now we got to get ourselves out of it. So
Exactly. Good. Then let's check our
Spotify playlist.
Spotify playlist.
I have a song prepared.
You have a song prepared?
I thought about it on a train ride over.
Good. Then let's put it on there. Give it to me.
Rolling in the Deep, Adele.
Rolling in. There it is already from Adele. It's her second or third song.
I think Set Fire to the Rain is the other one, yeah.
Yeah, and Hello.
I don't think I added Hello. That's not one of my favorites.
But maybe.
Make You Feel My Love is my favorite, but I don't think it's appropriate for this playlist since it has so many other great songs on there.
And I have a little emotional song from an old GDR rock band called Pudis. And the song is Wenn ein Mensch lebt. It's a nice song.
You didn't want to do the other one?
Which one?
Click that, put it in real quick, and then just go straight to Pooties. What was the first one? Hey, wir wollen die Eisbahn sehen.
Hey, wir wollen die Eisbären sehen?
Yeah.
That's the anthem of the ice hockey team from Berlin. The Berlin Eisbären. Ice Bears. Bears.
Polar bears.
Polar bears?
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, wir wollen die Eisbären sehen.
Who would have guessed?
Oh. So, no, that's not. No, I don't support a Berlin ice hockey team. So for the people
I thought they just really wanted to make a polar expedition.
So for all you guys who didn't follow already our Spotify playlist, here is the link. Every show we're gonna put songs on it, and
6 hours of music.
89 songs. 6 hours of music.
So if you guys have to drive from here to Frankfurt,
or from Frankfurt,
or Frankfurt to here, Frankfurt fans,
you can listen
to it the entire way.
Yeah, That's awesome. Good. One other news, and maybe you guys have the chance to contact me about it through Twitter, through Instagram, through Facebook, via email. Also, you can send messages on here on Twitch. There were people asking if we could start. Now I forgot the word. The channel.
OnlyFans.
Not OnlyFans, man. It's a long day. What do you use for gaming? What is the name?
Twitch.
No, where you can talk and chat.
How is that not Twitch?
No, man. What our coaches
Discord.
also Discord. Thank you. Yeah. So if you guys are interested in a Discord server, also because somebody gave me that idea, and we would probably do it as a new thing in our show to bring you guys into the show. Means if you want to talk with us, or if you have a question and you want to talk really and not only chat via writing, then we would bring you in.
What's going
and
on here?
I don't know, why is it not? You said it's silent when I
Yeah.
press on it. Then we could do this, but also with that, I would ask and I would need moderation for it. I also would need mods for the chat maybe in the future if we keep growing. So if you guys are interested in this project and you want to become part of the Discord channel if we do it, or become a mod here, please contact me through all the channels personally, and then we can chat and we can talk about it, and we will see if we can make that happen. But it's maybe a cool idea, especially you can have, is it threads? Is it the right word? Threads with discussions where people can talk and yeah, about the Raiders and or about football in the ELF. But I can't do it by myself. I would need help.
Also, one's in the chat if you want Paul to start an OnlyFans as well. So, we're open-minded for Paul. And only Paul.
How do you do it? Cut.
Something like that. Yeah.
Cut.
So, see?
No.
You want to grow.
I'm a 36-year-old man. You don't want to see me on OnlyFans.
2 people would.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Hey, it was nice. Thanks for all your questions. Thanks for all your feedback and input. It was a nice show. Sean is going to practice. Big game ahead. Thanks for watching. And the last words, Sean starts. Your last words, Sean.
You think people thought I froze just now?
Yeah, they thought the computer froze.
Besides, you kept moving.
And just decide.
No, big week coming up. Exciting times. Have a big week of practice in front of us. So start tonight, and then we'll see. We'll see. This is what we signed up for. Big regular season games, something we're not used to that often. So, no, gonna have a great week of practice, and really look forward to Sunday. And hopefully you guys are there. Support us. If you're a local, please bring your kids, and have a great Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
There's the third one.
Silent Raider said it. Just win, baby. The good old Oakland Raiders slogan. See you on Sunday at Tivoli Stadium, 3 p.m. or watch it on Pulse 24 or on the Game Pass. And see you next week. Have a nice evening. Good night. Ciao, Kakao. Vier.